So we all know that what is happening in Manipur, and in the recent past what we are seeing that the lives and dignity of women are compromised every day, and in such situation it's very mandatory that state government and the central government should intervene in order to save the life and dignity of the women. Hello everyone, welcome to the new series of Drishti IAS. I am Ritu and today we are going to discuss an important topic. The title of today's topic is Manipur Violence, what is Zero FIR? And this topic is important from GS2 perspective. Moving to the next slide, which is previous day question. Consider the following statement regarding section 66A of Information Technology Act. And in this question, this statement is wrong. Here, this is 3 years. So, your answer would be A. Only one statement is correct. Moving to the points of discussion. First of all, we will discuss the news. Reasons for controversy. What is FIR? What is a Zero FIR and its provisions? Practice question for prelims and mains. So here you have to be very careful about your main strategy. Moving to the next slide, which is news. So since May 4 video has become viral in which 2 Kuki women were stripped, paraded naked and allegedly gang raped by the Meitei men. And since that video, so many fresh cases are registered in the state of Manipur in which women's lives and dignity are compromised every day. And in the recent case, what we have seen that 2 Kuki women were abducted, raped and murdered by Meitei men. So these kind of incidents are happening again and again in the state of Manipur, and the justice was not easy for those 2 Kuki women. Their family has to wait more than a week to register an FIR, and they had to wait nearly a month to transfer their case from one police station to another police station. So this is the news. Moving to the next slide. Reasons for controversy. So the first reason is ST status to Meitei community. So the Manipur High Court has ordered the central government to review the ST status of Meitei community, and in response to this order, all the tribal student union of Manipur united together and they protested march against this thing that the ST status should not be given to the Meitei community because they are already in majority of the state and they are already hailing the OBC and SC status in the state. The second thing is evacuation of tribals from forest area. So this is not just the ethnic cleansing problem or ethnic conflict. The other reasons are also involved here. The second reason is evacuation of tribals from forest area. So recently the Manipur state government has planned the tribal should be evacuated from a particular forest area and they are termed as an illegal encroacher, and in response to that the Kuki community revolted. The third reason is insider versus outsider. It is believed that Meitei community of Manipur or Naga community of Manipur are the original inhabitants of the Manipur. On the other hand, Kukui Zomi communities are outsider and they have migrated from the Myanmar, Bangladesh as well as China. So there is a narrative set in the state that they are outsiders and we are insider. And the fourth thing is Meitei nationalism. So in the recent past, what we are seeing that there is a rise of Meitei nationalism in which they are not promoting others' culture and they are trying to deprivate others' culture. So these kind of the allegation made by the Kuki community. So this is the reasons. Moving to the next slide. What is FIR? So the term first information report is not defined in the Indian Penal Code and Code of Criminal Procedure CRPC 1973, but they are part of the police rules and regulations and they are registered under the sections 154 of the CRPC, and section 154 of CRPC also deals with the cognizable offence. So what is the difference between cognizable offence and non-cognizable offence? So under cognizable offence, you don't need any court permission to arrest a person. On the other hand, in non-cognizable offence, you need court permission or a warrant to arrest a person. So this is the difference between cognizable offence and non-cognizable offence. Moving to the next slide. Zero FIR and its provision. So what is zero FIR? When a police station receives a complaint regarding an alleged offence that has been committed in jurisdiction of another police station, and it registers an FIR and then transfers it to the relevant police station for the further investigation. And in this, no regular FIR number is given, and after receiving the zero FIR, the relevant police station registers the fresh FIR and starts the investigation. So this is the procedure of the zero FIR. Coming to the provisions part. So when this provision has been introduced, so there was a committee set up. The name of the committee was the Justice Verma Committee. And why this committee has been set up? So this committee has been set up to provide for faster trial and enhanced punishment for criminals accused of committing sexual assault against women. And when this committee has been introduced, so this committee has been set up in 2012 after the Nirbhaya gang rape case. And what are the provisions? So the provision is that, you know, a person can register their FIR in any part of the country, whether they belong to any part of the country and whether the offense has been committed in any part. So suppose that an offense has been committed in Delhi, but they can register their FIR in Haryana as well. So this is the benefit of the zero FIR. Moving to the next slide. So what is the purpose of zero FIR? So the purpose of zero FIR is to provide speedy justice to the victim. And the second thing is that we already seen that so many victims have to run from one place to another place in order to get their justice, in order to register an FIR. So in order to remove this obstacle, this provision has been introduced. Moving to the question part. Practice question for prelim. So the Lokur committee is related to transgender community, scheduled caste, scheduled tribes, other backward classes. So you have to answer this in the comment section. Moving to the mains part. So the mains question is, examine the causes, consequences of recent violence and unrest between Meitei and Kuki communities in Manipur. What steps need to be taken to address the grievances of all the stakeholders and restore peace and harmony in the northeastern region? So first of all, this question is long, so you have to divide this question in many parts. So first of all, you have to find out the causes and consequences of the recent violence. So you have to give the background of this whole incident. So when this incident happened, so in intro part you have to write that this incident has been started since May 3 and what are the reasons. So here they are asking for the causes. So the second part would be the causes. So the causes we already have discussed. The first and prime cause is the ST status should be given to the Meitei community. So this is the demand of the Meitei community, and which High Court has also recommended to the central government to review that there is ST status. On the other hand, you have to also write the narratives of the insider versus outsider. And then economic problem, social problem. Just like, you know, they have been always alleged that, you know, they are indulged in the poppy cultivation. So many Meitei people have this kind of allegation to the Kuki Zomi community and all the tribal community that they are indulged in the poppy cultivation, which is illegal in the state. On the other hand, Kuki community is saying that this is very illegal allegations on them. On the other hand, the state government has this evacuation thing and they have evacuated all the tribals from the forest area, but there is no proper evacuation plan set for them. So these are also the dissatisfaction among the Kuki community. So these are the causes, and then you have to write the consequences. So in 2-3 points you have to write the consequences, and you can see that what are the consequences. The first consequences is that internal security and internal threat is happening in India. And the second is that, you know, the lives and dignity of women are compromised every day. The poor are getting affecting day by day. And so many problems we have seen that there is so many disbalance between the state, and the peace has been totally compromised in the state. So the local life and the normal life has been totally compromised. So these are the consequences you have to write. And then you have to come to the second part. So what steps needs to be taken to address this grievance? So first what you have to do, you have to write this in a way forward manner. So for the review of the ST community of Meitei, so what you have to recommend? First of all, you have to recommend the recommendation given by the Lokur community, Bhuria Commission, and a new high profile committee which has been set up in 2013. And then you have to write that there should be removal of APSPA in the state, because in many states APSPA is still working and it's still active. So you have to also write, and then you have to also highlight that there are economic problems in the state. Why Kuki Zomi people are protesting? It's not just the ethnic problem, it's also an economic problem, because they are feeling that, you know, they are treated as an illegal encroacher and they are treated as that they are poppy cultivators. So these kind of allegations have been on Kuki community. So all these problems should be solved by the central government as well as the state government. And in the past, we have already seen that, central government has signed the peace accord with many communities, especially the tribal community. So here the central government should sign the peace agreement with Maithili community, also with the Kuki community. So this can be also a solution. So I hope you like this lecture. If you have any queries related to this lecture, kindly ask in the comment section. Thank you.